In this video, I thought it would be fun to take a trip down memory lane and do a sketchbook walkthrough of an old sketchbook of mine. This one is, I believe, it's probably about 8 or 9 years old at this point. Most of the sketches and drawings in here were late 2013, early 2014, I believe. But before I get started, this is probably my favorite brand of spiral bound sketchbooks, the Strathmore 400 series. It's a very good sketchbook for working with pencil, pen, and to marker to some extent. You'll see how that works out later in the sketchbook, but it has a good weight. It's a 60-pound paper, so it can take the inking pretty well. And for a lot of my sketchbook work, I like to do an underdrawing in pencil or blue or red pencil lead, and then ink over the top of it with my final lines. But yeah, let's get started. So this is let's see, January of 2014 for this drawing. Now, this wasn't the first drawing that I did in this sketchbook. This is actually probably one of the last drawings that I did. I don't know, I'm sure it's a pretty common thing among many artists when they get a brand new sketchbook. At least myself, I save the first page drawing till I've filled a lot of the sketchbook, because I want I want the first sketch when you open it up to be a very good drawing, I guess. At this time in my drawing interests and progression, I was developing a cartoonish pinup style. I was doing that before this drawing, and as I went along, my style started to revert back to a little bit more realistic, I guess, more towards a comic book style, specifically like the eyes, and like a little bit more detail in the hair and stuff. But I was trying to, I've always liked pinup artwork, specifically that of pinup artwork from like the 40s, 50s era. George Petty-ish was a pretty big influence when I was in high school, early college days. But yeah, this was like I said, one of the last drawings I did. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty faint, but there's a frame, like an Art Nouveau roughed in frame that I was going to do but never got around to. But just like the flower petal detail on her clothing. again, this was another one of the last drawings that I did in this book. A little bit more roughed in detail for an Art Nouveau style frame around the pin-up pose here. Another pin-up pose. There'll be quite a lot of these in the sketchbook. Yeah, again, playing with close up here. As a artist, illustrator, just in my free time, again, I was trying to work on the expression, a simplified facial features, and again, I was getting a little too much detail in the hair. Same thing with her bra and everything. It was just probably too detailed for a cartoonish pinup, but still kind of like it. Yeah, this is another pinup pose, playing with the kind of playful expression and gesture here. Kind of playing with a lower camera angle. These are around this time, my niece, my brother's oldest daughter, my niece Maddie, was, gosh, she was maybe like 3-4 years old maybe at this point. Anyways, I had gotten a picture of her from my sister-in-law, and she was dressed up as her own superhero, cape and all. And as many artists, you find inspiration wherever it may come. And so I got the idea, the inspiration to try and develop my niece's superhero persona into a children's book character. And so these are all just kind of rough gesture drawings, trying to figure out, you know, body style, costume, features to like when I'm developing characters, I'll go through a process like this where I'm just basically drawing the same thing kind of over and over, just slightly tweaking stuff. Like I'm trying to, like down here, like trying to take a real life person and turn them into a cartoon essentially. So just playing with bigger eyes, you know, more rounded features. This is more exploration, and because my art path and love really is derived from comic books, my drawing style naturally is more of a comic book style, which has a more realistic lean to it. So a lot of the more early sketches for this superhero character, cartoon kids character, have just a little bit too much realism in the features. So like I'm just drawing them over and over again. I'm just trying to work out the realism part of it to get to a more simplified version that doesn't look like a comic book. Playing just with eye shapes, playing with the shape of the contours of the cheek, the jawline and cheeks and everything. Here, like, I'm playing with, compared to the earlier stuff, playing more with her hair, trying to get just a large generic shapes that imply her hair. Looks like, early on it was basically three separate shape objects for her hair, with the large pigtails being kind of overly exaggerated. Here, getting closer to kind of more of a cartoonish expression for her mouth, and a little bit more changing the hairstyle to match closer to I believe what her hair looked like in that original picture. Again, getting poses, and oh boy, that's not good. Yeah, I think this one here, I think, was probably the closest that I got to that kind of balance between cartoony and realistic looking. I like the joyous expression on her face. Like this character, like while I was working out all these different trials here, like I basically still want to develop this into a children's book series, featuring her as the protagonist in a lot of those kind of children's book morality stories, just with a modern day superhero take on them. These were, I think, some early ones. This one, I like the pose, but just doesn't look like her at all. It was just more of a generic, cartoonish kid character. But I think, those were just a bunch of quick studies trying to figure out the look of the character. Another quick pin-up. This was pretty. Here you can see, like, I'll try more of the bubbly eyes for the pin-up look. Just more pin-up explorations, trying to work on the facial features on these. Just a generic pose. These are a little tough to see. There's just some rough-ins of some pose studies. More pin-up exploration. Again, just trying different poses, different looks on the eyes and the eyelashes. Some more head studies. Just a quick pose, a little pin-up style gesture and pose. Trying to build up with these roughed-in poses that aren't finished. It's more about building up the mental library of these poses for final drawings down the line. Like here, it's just like I'm maybe spending Probably spent maybe like 2-3 minutes just roughing this in, not worrying about any true like fine details, just working on the pinup pose, and like I said, building up that mental library, having some fun with some kind of graphic elements to help frame this, to kind of turn just this into just an illustration look, more or less. Some more just thumbnail gesture poses for pinups. Sometimes when I am doing these kind of head studies, I believe I did look at some models just on the web, just to get different expressions or whatever, but I can tell like when I used a reference photo and when I didn't, like they tend to be more realistic lines in the faces, like putting in the cheek lines here and everything. So yeah. Some more just rough poses, playing with stuff. I think this looks like it would have been a fairy of some type. This is, for anyone who doesn't know, the Silver Surfer is one of my favorite comic book characters, and this character Nova has in I think the second series, the longer running series of the comic, she appeared as Galactus's herald, originally from the Fantastic Four. But anyways, I love drawing characters from the Silver Surfer universe, and one of my favorite runs of the Silver Surfer comic book was the Herald's Ordeal, where Nova was a prominent supporting character in that story, and I liked the implied romantic interest between her and the Silver Surfer. So the idea of drawing her here, I believe, like I've wanted to develop a retelling of the Surfer's history, and a large part of that would have been involving her as a romantic interest, and do more exploration between their relationship and everything. For those who don't know, she's all metal, like similar to the Silver Surfer, and she just has this long, flowing, fiery hair, which I really enjoy playing with and giving that hair life through the motion of the fire lines. Some more pinup pose practice. Some more of the Super Maddie character exploration. I like this one. I like this one too, where you get more of this looks more like newspaper comic strip look. I don't know if you can see some logo exploration, playing off the Superman chest emblem shape. Yeah, steal from the best, right? Some more figure pose gestures. Anatomy practice. A couple more gesture poses. This one, I was playing with an idea that would do a pinup drawing and play with the negative space aspect. Just rough in your head, and then the only thing that would be left would be the line detail that's inked here, so that you wouldn't see the full drawn in detail of like her arms, her back, and upper legs here, and letting the viewer's mind fill in the detail of her body. Still like this idea for doing future drawings of pinups or whatnot. Some more Super Matty exploration. This one just too realistic. I think I was still trying to get her translating her to a cartoonish expression. One thing I do when I'm struggling is like I'll draw the realistic versions. Like these two were definitely from photo reference, trying to get get her facial features, like the major landmark stuff, just so that I could translate back to these ones where trying to get her look in a cartoonish fashion, like this, playing with a quick little punch action. Another just roughed in pose. I like this as a pin-up pose. Just not a great hand. Figure should be like fingers extended out here, not curled under. Yeah, things to work out in a final drawing. These ones, again, were drawn using a photo for reference to try and create a pin-up look from reference. Here, I was starting to doing again just these head studies, but using the elements of the female, like her hair, as a graphic turn it into a graphic element. Just playing with those, seeing what could be done. Different. Doing these just leads to just banking ideas for later drawings or more final illustrations and stuff. A couple more poses. Just playing with different body styles, I think. So this character this was something that just kind of came to me one day as part of that Silver Surfer Nova story that I wanted to develop and essentially one day illustrate, was that in the original run of the comic, there was stuff between Surfer and Nova that we as the reader didn't see, events, and that there was more to their romantic relationship, to the point that he and her would have birthed a daughter. And this character, this was the first drawing I did of this character, that would have been their daughter, and then that the story I was developing would involve her, and kind of her learning her power set that would be a somewhat of a combination of the Surfers and Novas, obviously having the same kind of metallic skin casing that those two have, but I wanted early, like this first drawing here, she looks a little older than what I think the drawing, like the further exploration that I do of her. Ultimately, I determined that the character would be in her probably early 20s, like 20, 21, 22-ish age. So pretty young, but so like this early design here, figuring out how I would illustrate her. Like you wouldn't see real fine detail in like her hands and feet. They would be just emanating with the power cosmic energy that like the Surfer has and Nova has. So here, playing with an action pose for her, and yeah, you can see more of that energy. But one thing that I very quickly was having fun with her is giving her just this kind of vibrant, dynamic energy poses. Just trying to just have her just kind of off the wall, like some more exploration, kind of getting younger looking in her face and stuff. These were also, like, when I was doing these drawings, like you'll notice, like, they're all like I was just going for a visual look with these sketches of having the blue or red like underdrawing, and just quickly giving an outline, inked outline, as to give the body some weight and whatnot. Some more just playing with just a weird like dynamic pose here. It's a fun character. Like, again, like the part of her hair just playing off of Nova's fiery hair, just giving it a lot of life and energy and movement. Another just quick action pose. More exploration in like her pose dynamic and more of her hair. Getting just these kind of like funky dynamic angles and bends and whatnot. Some more kind of classic poses. Again, more exploration. or I don't know if can't remember if I ever came up with a name for her, but still something I want to, I think even some of my earlier videos on this channel, I actually have drawn her again in kind of recent years and kind of evolved her look. Like I have more like this the Kirby Crackle cosmic energy dots or whatever, I think have line like emanating from her hair in newer drawings of her. Yeah, playing with more poses, getting some kind of fun angles and just different, just fun to play with. There's a little unfinished drawing here. Yeah, this one looks just too old in the face here. Yeah, this one much better. Looks a little bit more young. Just playing with different camera angles, poses, and just different foreshortening, and again, just having some fun. As you can see, I was really inspired by this character to just draw like all these different poses and whatnot. Or her. This was a fun one with the mother and daughter pose together with, their kind of mirrored hair, and just the different energy projections here. Yeah, some more of her. Yeah, I think that was the most of them. This was just a quick snowbird. I think she's from Alpha Flight in the X-Men universe. Yeah, I think I picked up one of the Marvel Universe Handbook comics, and it's like I wanted to draw just a random character one night, so picked her. Just a fun costume to draw, pretty simple. More of this character. Yeah, a little bit more. I think one of the kind of one of the thoughts behind her movement would be kind of dancer-like. Like you can see in this pose, just a ballet dancer of sorts. Yeah, some more pinups, head studies using hair and graphic elements to turn the head or whatever into a full illustration. Yeah, you could easily have some text over here to go with this. Some pose studies for doing like a larger scale Art Nouveau framed pinup drawings with these. And some more of her. Yeah, playing with a little bit there. Some more of these head studies, trying to just get real crazy with the hair here. More pinup studies, starting to add in some other graphic elements using markers here. You can see it does bleed through on this paper, but if you put something down while you're drawing, it should be good to keep it from bleeding to the other paper. Much more stylized little head study here, just creating a very dramatic shapes in the hair and the kind of chest here. I like it. Having some more fun with her this time. Just playing, hanging out upside down in space. Just that free flowing, like non-restrictive space. Yeah. A quick kind of cartoonish pinup study here. Another one working on just focusing more on just the head and hair as a final illustration. Same thing here. Just these would be studies for doing a final illustration down the road where I'd add in this circular graphic framing device around her face. More of those. Same thing, just playing with the hair, what I can do to frame and just create just a graphic from her hair shape. Another one of those. Another one. Hair getting real wild here. Another quick study here. These were all pretty quick drawings, and even the inking was quick. I didn't really put much time into drawing very precise lines. This would have been a head study of looks like the black cat with the face mask here, unfinished. Another pinup study. This was just a illustration idea of having the pinup model sitting on a bed of clouds up in the sky with the birds. Still like this as a future illustration. Another head study, just again playing with the hair and the movement and everything, just to keep your eye moving around. Another head study playing with just this framing of her just cut off here. These are some gesture thumbnails for an idea for a pinup drawing book that would obviously be titled Selfies, and all the pinup models that I would draw would be drawn in a manner that you can very easily see on social media sites, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. How women take pictures of themselves in various poses. So this is 2014-ish. So yeah, Instagram would have been about 4 years old at this point when I was thinking of this idea. Still kind of like the idea, but I don't know. Another quick head study here, just taking those some of these ideas and fleshing them out a little bit more and what they would look like. Yeah, another head study, sunglasses and whatnot. These are just quick character explorations for a comic idea that never really got realized. Some more of those selfie pose studies. Just an unfinished pinup pose of happiness. Yeah, looks like that's the last one. Yeah, so looking through all of these old drawings, like I can see just how far my style and skills have progressed from this point. This was about a time in my life when I was trying to focus more on drawing every day, just something, whether it be just quick character ideas to, pin up head studies, more characters. Like I was trying to put more emphasis on improving my skills and my abilities, and the only way to do that is to draw and draw more. And when you're done drawing, draw some more after that, because that's when you will see the most improvement in your drawings, is when you are doing something every day. Like this is just the first sketchbook that I'm doing a walkthrough of. I plan to do more, and then so that for any aspiring artists, you'll be able to see the kind of my journey and my skills, and hopefully it will be something of inspiration for you to keep going. If you love to draw and you want to get better, or you're just looking for how other artists come up with ideas or whatnot, I hope these sketchbook walkthroughs will provide that for you. But I think that will be all for now. With some of these old drawings are just so much to critique on them. I hope you enjoyed. If let me know if you like seeing these sketchbook walkthroughs down in the comments, and I look forward to doing more. Thanks for watching.